Hello, Candy. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Hello, Lily. Hello, Mr. Cracker. Sorry, I forgot what your name was. Hello, Broken Skull. Welcome to the stream. Oh, you got a kid? No, not my kid. Hello, Lily. Hello. Hey, what's up? I'm back finally. Noise. Yes, welcome back. Hold on. Let me get chat set up real quick. Okay, cool. Hello, Tatir. 3 ads. Hello, Gunther. Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Okay, I know how to say tier. Tier, yeah. Oh, is that not what I said? Is that Tatir? Is it not? Wait, what did I say then? Did I say Tatir? Maybe I put an accent on it. I don't pay child support because you're not my child, nor do I plan to have children. It's sort of French, I guess. Huh. I don't fund anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Whoa, major butt cheeks on that one. Indeed. Digital art stream 1. You get a digital art stream when I can actually get a PC that can support digital art. I'm making mac and cheese. Nice. My cycle decided to want to start the exact moment I started a drawing. I see. Can't wait. Yeah, it should be at some point, you know. Eventually I'll get enough money to get a PC. I'm not motivated. I'm gonna lay in bed today. Unfortunate. I saw TikTok. Think you add me to one of your shorts as you struggle to say my name. But I'd have to fall. I'd have to find it. I'd have to find like a short of me trying to say your name. I don't know what you're talking about, Gunther, but like I don't even know the context of what you're saying. What do you mean find one? You made one like half a second ago? Fair enough. I'll just have to remember to like actually do it. Although usually when I'm trying to find clips, when I'm trying to find like stuff to put in into shorts, it's very difficult for me. Mostly because I have to like scroll through like, you know, the entire stream. Art of sketching? Where art of gooning? Huh. Hello, Ori. Welcome to the stream. Why do your vids and streams have a gazillion ads? I don't know. I am monetized, I suppose. So, like, that's probably why. Okay, goodbye, Lily. Hello, fleeing sunlight. She's mean, by the way. The T-pose girl. Yeah, maybe she is. She seems like she's doing something like that. Also, you wouldn't need to scroll. Yeah, no, that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. All I need to do is just remember. I wouldn't need to scroll because it was like in the, yeah. I just have to remember to like say it. Although, would that make sense? Would the clip even make sense from an outside perspective? It's not like they can see the chat. Like if I turn the stream into a short, you can't really see the chat. So all they're gonna see is just me messing up an imaginary name that they can't see and they don't know the context of. Check general, man. Uh... Oh my god, check the general. I'm checking general. Oh, that's a lot of ads. That's a lot of ads, guys. Why? Who needs that many ads? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 ads. When was... That was last stream. No, that wasn't last stream. What? I don't even know what stream that was, but... Okay, that's crazy. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. I guess YouTube really wanted ads on the... And it's probably like some ads have multiple ads on it too, you know? I don't know why. But you know what? Honestly, I have been... So like, sometimes when I watch long videos, like if it's like over an hour long, I do actually, like, I start drowning in ads. Like, I guess long videos just have a lot of ads on it, which is like crazy, but... He's too good, man. We need to limit his power, YouTube, but Siggy would get streaming. Yeah, I don't know why. That is truly an almost irredeemable amount of ads. Yeah, long videos do have a ridiculous amount of ads. When short stream? Are you talking about when, like, am I gonna do a stream that is short, or when am I gonna do a stream that, like, like, you're talking about a vertical stream? By the way, Singyu, do you know Oscar? I think his name is from Dark Souls 1. You should do him. Good practice for layered clothing and layered plate metal. I don't know him. I've never played Dark Souls. Yeah, no. And to be honest, yeah, I don't really know. A vertical stream? Yeah, probably on Saturday, honestly. It'd also be good practice for dry chads like yourself. Chad. I haven't heard the word Chad in a long time. That must have been from when? The 2020, 21? When was that from? That used to be a thing. Chad's an African country? Yeah, but like, that's not what I'm talking about though. I do know that Chad is, yes, an African country. It also means lake, right? What time zone are you living in, bro? I'm living in US Eastern Standard Time. I put him in general if you want to see his picture. I see. Oh, yeah, he's a knight. You know, I don't know. I heard Oscar and I thought of like a guy. Which, to be fair, I guess a knight is a guy. You know, I realize I haven't drawn many knights, to be honest. Or maybe I used to. I did used to draw knights a lot, but now I'm not. I just haven't drawn a knight in a very long time. I guess it just hasn't really been relevant, and I guess I've just been drawing a lot of robots, to be honest. What time is it for me? It's 1:26 p.m. Lake Chad is in Chad? Huh. No, I thought that was like, I thought like in some language, Chad is like the word for lake. I didn't know it was the name of a lake. No, Gunther, I will not say that. What do you mean you haven't drawn a knight? No, I mean like I've drawn like many knights. I used to draw way more knights is what I'm trying to say. To be fair though, when I say like, I don't know, I just haven't counted that girl that I drew. Mainly because it's like, wait, where was it actually? I don't know. But like, I don't know, I wasn't satisfied with that drawing, to be honest. I was mainly focused on the helmet. It wasn't like, yeah. I felt it could have been a better drawing, to be honest. Hello, Attic on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. You said it? Too late? I see. Didn't I draw a chubby knight in armor? I don't know if the chub is covered up by the armor. A win is a win. So what I am gonna draw is what I've been drawing. I don't know. The clip is already there. Okay. Okay. I don't know what this guy is though. Stop pressuring him. He's a singularity. All it does is add to his mass. He cannot get fat. I don't think that's what he's at. I don't think that's what he's asking. They don't want me to draw me fat. They want me to draw someone chubby. After all, I have never done a self-portrait. And honestly, I don't really plan to do a self-portrait. You know, actually, I did end up liking this pose. The twisting motion was very interesting for me to like try and figure out how to draw. I had a reference from it on Twitter, but I just, you know, I do think that this area is a little bit questionable. I think I could have done better with the anatomy there, but all in all, I do like the pose. Yes, have you ever drawn a cyborg? No, not really. Singyu, someone caught you saying 6'7"? Yeah, apparently. Dennis, have you ever drawn a cyborg? Yeah, I probably have. What do you use to film this? Yeah, it's my phone. It's an iPhone on a tripod. The tripod is leaning over the desk. It's like, yeah. So the tripod is on 2 legs. It's leaning over the desk, and you know I have a phone mount right here, so just hanging over and stuff. It's hypothetical in 3 to 4 months on my birthday, and I make a very special birthday wish for you to draw something. Would you draw it? Probably not, right? Yeah, most likely not. I'm not actually, like I keep saying, I'm not interested in doing suggestions. I'd have to be extremely interested in doing suggestions. Like, if you suggest something, I have to be extremely interested in it for me to like actually want to do it. If that makes sense. Hello, HG. Welcome to the stream. The pose is good, but it has some big old butts. Like, my goodness, round as Neptune and as large as Jupiter. Indeed. Alright, I'm done with this. To be honest, though, I have another pose that has that. Actually, I guess I've been doing more poses from the back. Draw my character? Probably not, no. But hello, HG. Welcome to the stream. How's your day? Hello, Lover Girl. Is that Lover Girl? Is that your name? Lover Girl. Dennis, you're no longer invited to my Mickey Mouse Clubhouse themed birthday party? That's unfortunate. From Laufe? I feel like I've heard that name before. I can't remember, though. You know, I can't decide if this is a robot or not. I mean, it makes sense if it was like more of a cyborg or something like that. Or if it is a robot, it's a robot designed after a human, because like it has like boobs, and I mean, so like that would make sense. Wait, so the helm on that girl, wouldn't it kill her? She's inhaling diesel? I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know if it's human or not. I don't know what the helmet is, to be honest. But I found it interesting. If you've seen like, maybe like a good example of that type of character would be like Albedo, where she has like horns going around like her face, if that makes sense. So I thought about, hey, what if I did like that, but with mufflers? Or exhaust, I guess. With like exhaust pipes. And so I did that. But I was like, okay, well, what is the rest of the character? Because like that was the first idea, but then I didn't know what the rest of the like pose or character was gonna be, so I kind of just freestyled it. Damn, thank you, Ban Lao. I need my top 3 spot back. I'm sorry. I like your style, very stylized. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. Oh, the sun's engaged to the sky, and my best friends found a new guy. Is that a song from that person that was mentioned a little while ago? Or not? I don't know. Ever draw horror self-portrait? You calling my self-portrait a horror? No, I've never drawn a self-portrait. Is that true? Maybe I have actually drawn a self-portrait. Or just horror? I've never... Well, I probably have drawn some sort of horror. Horror. Thingy is the girl with the... Oh, with the... with the butt flashing us? Oni girl or something? What's that thing on her head? Yeah, it's a horn. Let me see. I should have drawn her a while ago. She's a... She's this one. I wouldn't say she's like a... No, she's not supposed to be like a demon. She's actually supposed to be some sort of god. It's right here. Peak music for real? Thank you. Oh, wait, no, you're talking about that. Yeah, I haven't actually heard that song before. But, like, I feel like I know a popular song from that artist, to be honest. Hello, Ali. Welcome to the stream. I feel like I've drawn horror before. Holy, that's one hell of a fucking horn. Think it'd probably pierce someone? Yeah, probably. What's the background music though? It's got a good tune, self-composed. Yeah, I make the music. Everything that you'll hear on the stream is like music I've made. I made it on GarageBand. Yes, it's a very large horn. Very impractical also. Not probably a pony, like a pony horn. That thing could pony pierce someone. Wait, ponies have horns? Oh, like a unicorn. Oh, you're saying like a unicorn type thing. Fuck you mean impractical? It could have a use. Hello, Axel. Welcome to the stream. Spotify? No, not on my Spotify. Well, I don't really have a Spotify. Oh, wait, no. Hello. In painting, in the classroom, but there's no class, so I'm listening to you. Yeah, I see. Well, welcome to the stream, Abby. Oh, how's your day? Hopefully your day's been going well. Yeah, I don't know what I was going for with this drawing, honestly. Like, I started drawing the helmet thing, and then I just ended up drawing a butt. Just like just ass at the bottom. I don't know. Not that I mind, it's just... What's a use? Being able to feel in different temperature? Being able to feel magnetic fields if it's magnetic. It's not supposed to really serve any purpose. It's more supposed to... Actually, I say it's a horn, and it kind of does function like, it's like growing out of her head. It's actually not a horn. It's supposed to be a visualization of a structure. It's supposed to be a building, or like, it's supposed to be like a kind of, not a sculpture, but like the representation of a building that exists. I'm an energy drinker, but today I got coffee. Oh, nice. The girl on the side with red hair is wearing Miku sleeves. Ah, yeah, you are correct, actually. I did this a long time ago. Of course you don't mind. Please arrest her for thievery. I cannot. Horde can also function as an extended limb for sense. Interesting. Singular can escape the odd drawing. How are you yapping so quickly? I'm a yapper. Hello, that one rat in your basement. Welcome to the stream. Who are you asking that to allow? Of the way you draw anatomy, thank you. Can you drink coffee / energy drinks? Yeah, I mean, I can. I just don't like to. Closest thing I've had to an energy drink was like soda. I've actually never had an energy drink. And when it comes, maybe Gatorade, right? I think I've had Gatorade, which tastes worse than I thought actually. I thought it was gonna be more sweet, but it turned out to be more salty, which makes sense, I guess. It has electrolytes, but you know, I don't know. Thought it would taste better. So yeah, I guess Gatorade is the only energy drink I've had. When it comes to coffee, I've never really had coffee. But, like, it doesn't really smell that appetizing to me. I don't know. Maybe if I've had it, maybe once I drink it, that will change. One day I'm sure I'll drink coffee. Miko does not speak to British people. Huh. Singy, what is your favorite drink? Tea. Yeah, I guess tea, I suppose. Tea or, like, what? No, you know, I don't really have tea. I did have tea today, but, like, I don't normally drink tea. I guess just water. I'm pretty boring. I'm quite boring indeed. Do I send along as the final one to call Dennis Dennis? I have no idea what Gatorade tastes like, not gonna lie. Fair enough. I love Gatorade because it's sugar-free. Please, yes. Water, my guy's missing out on life, but I love them anyways. Yeah, like, juice is cool, you know, but it's like, I just don't drink juice that much. Look, okay, every time I drink juice, I have to wash the cup, which may be like a lazy reason to not drink any juice or something like that. But like, in general, I just feel like it's easier to just drink water and don't have to deal with any of the repercussions. But you know, I say that as a person who like, I use a spoon for everything. Why do I use a spoon for everything? Like for eating, I use a spoon for eating because it's easier to like wash the spoon. You must not understand the extent of my laziness. Sorry, this is so random, but I have finals tomorrow. Can you wish me good luck? Oh, good luck. Have any of your IRL friends or family watch your streams? Yes. My family has watched my streams. At least they used to. They've kind of like, I guess their interest in it has like flittered away. It's like, yeah. And to be quite honest, I don't think my siblings should be watching my streams, so yeah, they've stopped as well. At least my sister has, so yeah. Now, what if I called you Sin? You can call me whatever you want. I'm back, father, not your father, but welcome back, Lily. You're saying washing cups is too much, so you drink water to avoid washing? Something like that, yeah. To be fair, we have water bottles, like we have bottles of water. Dude, just buy Tetra Packs? I don't know what that is. They used to is sad. It's actually not sad, no. And as far as IRL friends are concerned, well, you know, I had IRL friends, like, years ago, when I was, like, a child. Ever since then, I've kind of slowly lost most of my friends. I say lost, it's just, like, it's not like we're not friends anymore, it's just I don't really interact with them. To be fair, even when I did used to interact with my friends, they just never, like, we were never, like, close by, physically. Like, we don't live next to each other. At least not too close. So it's not like I see them very often. And I'm homeschooled, right? And so it's not like there's, like, a common place for me to meet my friends in the first place. So, you know, as time goes on and you just like see your friends less and less, you kind of just drift apart, I guess. So when it comes to if my IRL friends watch my stream, they don't even know my stream exists because we don't keep on contact anymore. So Singularity answer, when's the last time you touched grass? Probably like the day after. I mean the day before today. Not today, I kind of just woke up. You know, I was gonna go outside yesterday, but like it was raining so heavily. Like I don't know why it was like raining lightly. The moment I was like gonna go outside, I was like, I don't know why. I think Zeus got angry with me or something. Singular, what's up with my life? Nothing. I'm having a good life. What the hell's a good life? I'm having a pretty good life, actually, yeah. You got no IRL friends? Not really anymore, no. I mean, you know, I had friends too, like I had online friends as well, but then I started drawing, and I'm like, you know, I'm practically addicted to drawing, so if I'm drawing all the time, I don't really spend time like playing video games with them or anything like that, so for most cases, like most of my friends, we've just kind of drifted apart. And it's actually not their fault, it's actually my fault. The fault lies with me. But you know, I kind of, yeah, I just spend most of my time drawing, so yeah. Well, you know, if you don't have online friends or IRL friends, you call us chatters. I don't think that's a healthy thing to do, actually. We love you plenty. Parasocially, for sure. Even with all your flaws. Many, many flaws. Don't be sad. I'm not sad. I'm not sad. I'm actually very happy. You know, drawing makes me happy, so as long as I'm drawing, I am quite enjoying I'm enjoying my life quite a lot. Yeah, like as a child, I never really had that many friends. Like I said, because like I don't live near most of them, right? So the friends that I did have, I never like had direct like access to them, if that makes sense. At least not Reddit. Like I wasn't readily able to like talk to them and stuff. And I'm not the type of person who like asks for stuff, so I never asked to like meet my friends or anything like that. I guess I was very conscious. I was very conscious of like not like asking for anything, basically. And so that resulted in me like not really seeing my friends that much. As a result, I learned to become, I guess, self-dependent, if that makes sense. I'm not like too dependent on other people. So if I'm alone, I'm actually not. It's not like that. I'm not that type of person who's like lonely. I used to be lonely. Like, don't get me wrong. I very much did used to be lonely. Like that was actually a very big part of my life. But like as I've gotten older, it's like I've learned to just have fun by myself. Which honestly, I think that might be like a skill that a lot of people should learn, to be able to like be by yourself and still be happy. I mean, look, like if you have friends and like, to be fair, I think that might be like something born of necessity though, you know? So it might not be like being able to like do what I do is like a good thing, and not being able to do what I do is like a bad thing. It's probably just based on like your circumstances. So I guess only in my case was it a good thing to like learn how to have fun by myself. But I do think like having some amount of like what's it called? Independence. Some sort of independence is a good thing. Oh, bro, where did I learn to draw? I learned to draw from YouTube. You know, I'm self-taught. I didn't go to school. I just drew. I didn't like learn to draw from anywhere. I kind of just started drawing and stuff. I'll be right back, by the way. Give me 1 second. All right, I've returned. Let me see. What did I miss? You want to impress a girl? No, that's not it. The reason I started to draw is because I wanted to draw a girl, not impress her. I wasn't drawing to impress her. I just wanted to like draw her features, her face mainly. I wanted to be good at doing I wanted to be good at doing like realism, and so yeah. Hello, Toast. Welcome to the stream. Touching grass? No, I'm not touching grass. I don't know. I'm 18. I'm mostly drawing alone, and wants to draw. I tried drawing all by myself, but I don't think I'm making any progress. I mean, use reference. I think references are like the best thing that you could probably do. Come back before the ads take over. Alrighty. Papa, go up and see my question. First of all, not your father, but it's what question? I don't know what question. If someone donates a certain amount, will you take your what? Are you trying to say phone? Like take my phone with you and go outside to touch grass? No. If I'm going outside, I'm going outside by myself. I'm not taking the stream with me. My phone is dying. YouTube crashed twice for opening the stream and it's lagging so bad. Hello, Soul. That's unfortunate. So can you give her stockings and my soul be yours? Yeah, I can give her stockings. That's fair. Although I don't really want your soul. Looking at reference and then to my drawing, that's so bad. I mean, if you're looking at the reference, trying to be as good as the reference, you're not gonna. That's not the way to do it. I'd recommend you look at the reference and understand that if you're using something as a reference, it's probably if you're using an artist as a reference, it's probably a better the person who's drawing is probably better than you. They're most likely have way more skills than you. You should not expect to be as good as the reference. What you should expect is if you use a reference, you're at least going to be better than you were if you didn't use the reference, right? So using the reference will improve your skill, more than if you were to not use the reference. And if you're using IRL models or something like that, and you're using a pose a real pose from a real person or something like that, or an object, understand that reality is the most perfect a reference can be. So if you're striving for perfection or actual true realism, that's very difficult for you to achieve. So just aim to be better than you were before, which using references is really good for that. Try and understand where you went wrong in your drawing. If you do recognize a mistake, figure out how you can make it better. Or if you are using an artist's reference, an artwork, a piece of artwork for a reference, figure out what the artist is doing. Maybe try and focus on one aspect of the reference. Don't try and copy the entire reference. That's a pretty big undertaking. Focus on small aspects to try and hone in on one thing to get better at. That's probably a little bit more manageable, I would say. At least that's how I do it. Just got a new sketchbook and I'm scared to ruin the clean pages. That is actually, I've heard that is a thing. That is a thing that people go through, I think. But I mean, I think you should maybe try and purposely make a bad drawing. If you purposely make a bad drawing, you'll consider your drawings a little bit less important, and so you can draw more freely. Someone said something like that in chat one time, and I thought it was a really good idea, so yeah. Wait, make them black stockings? Goes well with the booty short jeans. Fair enough. It's very difficult for me to draw without a reference. I mean, yeah, for a lot of people, it's very hard to, it's very hard to draw something especially if you don't have a good visual memory, if that makes sense. Drawing from reference, you might need to use references a lot more. What was I even gonna say? I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people can't draw without a reference. That's common. I don't think it's actually a bad thing, not exactly. You play any games? I do sometimes play games, yeah. I gotta go. Okay, goodbye, Lily. What do you... hold on. I was gonna read something. You commented something, but I forgot to read it. Um, I'm currently trying to make a manga, and whenever I try and draw the same character, it looks totally different from each other. Right. So the problem if you're drawing one character and they look different from each other, like if you're trying to like keep your character's design consistent, you have to understand the proportions and stuff. And proportions is just the relationship between different body parts to each other. So a certain character will have like the distance between their eyes be the same no matter what, right? So the ability to actually accurately measure and carry over the same proportions is very, very important for that. Like you have to understand the distance of the character's nose from like their chin and their eyes, where the mouth is on the character, how sharp or boxy the character is, like their structure, how long their arms are. There's a lot of things that come into making a character look the same, right? And it's keeping that consistent. So I think it just comes down to practice. If you're saying like how to do it, you just have to try to be more conscious about how, the proportions of your character, how each body part relates to each other. Is all I could say. I mean, when I try and draw from a different angle, I mean, people look different from different angles, so all you have to do is memorize. Like, I don't know, that's more of a, I think that type of thing, being able to break your drawings down into simple shapes and then being able to rotate those shapes in 3D will probably allow you to understand how the character should look from a different angle. That just comes down, so like that comes down to like an understanding of 3D space, which is a lot. It's very difficult. Why do you hold your pen like this? Like what? Like this? I don't know. This grip makes me have a lot of control over the pen. I can like I don't have to move my arm. If I want to do like a small line, I can just use my fingers. I can use my wrist, and then I think you should draw with your arm. Your entire arm gives you the most flowy lines though. Read his YouTube bio, bro. To be fair, right? I'm not drawing ham-fisted. This is ham-fisted. This is what drawing ham-fisted means. I'm not doing that, I'm doing this. I feel like one can draw horribly using biological drawing rules. I suppose. Hello, Kitten, by the way. Welcome to the stream. One stocking left to color black. Huh? Oh, well, yeah, I haven't finished the drawing. Do you practice line control? The ability to make like clean lines and stuff like that. I do. I am very mindful of like making clean lines. I'm left-handed. I draw my characters looking right side so good, but when the character is left side, you can see a huge difference. Well, yeah, that comes down to practice. It's like trying to like making a curve like this is way easier than making like a curve like this, at least for me, right? Usually if like for the right hand, it's the same thing. It's the same thing from like right-handed people and left-handed people. It just comes down to practicing drawing from the other side. Usually people are better at drawing a character facing one way than the other way. For instance, I'm way better at drawing the character facing left than facing right. So, I mean, yeah, that's just the thing for like everyone. Basically, it just comes down to practicing. Hello, Shira. Welcome to the stream. Can you please? It's mismatched. You gotta fix it. I'll fix it in a second. Although I can for sure make it mismatched. A person can just mismatch their socks, Line control is only improved by practicing line control. Practices like tracing a line slowly. Same goes for circles. I mean, yeah, I guess I've practiced that. Man, I live how drawing something for a long time, holding your pen wrong can give you health issues in that arm. That's probably true, yeah. I'm a digital artist, by the way. I draw on Krita, if you know. Yeah, I know Krita. I draw on Clip Studio Paint. I'm also a digital artist. I would consider myself more of a digital artist than a traditional artist. I never finish any of my traditional drawings, and I basically always finish my digital art. Dancing you finna thank you for to forever knowing a mismatched pair of thighs. Your cruel man, Singu? I'm sorry. Nah, I'm gonna make her thigh highs black though. Both of them. I realize I'm not on my main account. I'll switch. Okay. It's been like 1 month. I've started drawing. I can draw a rough sketch. It looks so good, but then the line art again looks like a stick figure. Yeah, that's a big problem for artists. The line art usually comes out more stiff and stuff like that. Less dynamic. And that has been a problem for me too, which is why I've been focusing now on making my line art like a sketch. So I don't try and refine my line art like a lot. I realized that when it comes to line art, people don't necessarily notice that much if you have a little bit of imperfection in your line art. So it might be worth sacrificing a little bit of that perfectionism for your line art. Sacrificing it for some energy and life, and energy and life, and imbuing your line art with life. I'm finally done with assignments. Nice. I've been around a while, but I've never joined streams nor the Discord. Well, he did the Miku thing. I had to join. I also freaked out when that comment actually got listened to and had Miku drawn. That was my shit. I was so happy. Well, I'm glad you're happy. I mean, in the first place, I basically look at every single comment. Even if I don't look at it immediately, I will eventually see every comment. At least where I am right now in my YouTube career, I can see like a future where I might just not be able to see every single comment. Like, I heart every comment that I see, as long as it's like, as long as I mostly agree with it, or I find it funny or something like that, whatever the person says. I like the comment to show that I actually have seen the comment, even if I don't reply to it. So I do try to see every single comment. I still can't believe Dennis actually did listen to a comment. I mean, like I said, I only listen to things. I listen to things that interest me. If I'm not interested in a suggestion, I'm just not gonna draw it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I'll listen to any suggestion as long as it interests me and I actually want to do it. You know. I found Miku's drawing or design, pretty good. So I decided to draw it. That's really all it comes down to. It was such a shot in the dark too, by the way. Yeah, it's like that sometimes. I had no expectation of it working. Originally I was like, I don't know if I'm really actually gonna draw Miku. But then it came upon a time where I was like, I didn't really know what to draw, and I was like, hey, someone did suggest me draw Miku, right? So I want to see if I can make a cool Miku drawing, and so I ended up trying. And yeah. My suggestion is that keep that drawing passion alive. Don't practice all day. Draw for yourself too. Well, actually, I probably have the opposite issue. I always draw for myself. I never do a real practice, or if that makes sense. I'm always using reference, so I'm always learning, but so I guess technically I am always practicing, but I very much enjoy the art that I look at, right? I only draw things that I want to draw, and I only learn things that I want to learn. I'm not learning things just for the sake of learning them. I'm learning them because I have fun doing it. I think when it comes to art, yeah, it's very important to keep your passion alive, because in the first place, that's probably why people you probably started drawing because you enjoyed doing art, right? It doesn't really make sense to do art if you're not having fun. At that point, if you want to do a career in art, even if you don't enjoy it, just I don't know, get an office job or something. Which I'm saying that to say, you're doing art because you want to have fun doing it. If you practicing all day is going to kill your passion for art, it doesn't really make sense to practice all day, Yeah. I need a bunch of tips I need to ask. Well, yeah. You do regular streams? I do, yeah. I didn't get to a list of evidence that I totally didn't burn last time. Okay. I do more than simply love it. Huh? I hope you are observing the references too. Of course. I mean, I very much do love art, but I don't know what you mean exactly by observe. If you're talking about breaking down the references into simple shapes in my mind and trying to see how the artist draws something, trying to see why the artist picks that color, why they pick that pose, about the composition, the line quality, the shading, the colors, you're talking about all of that stuff, then yes, I do. Of course. I want to learn. And usually when I'm using an artist as a reference, I usually like look up to them in some regard. So I do treat art very special. Like, yeah, I treat it with great importance. At least I treat the references with great importance. But I'm not trying to copy the references one for one, of course. I'm just taking small parts of the reference, like learn from it, if that makes sense. You mentioned you are like a digital artist more than a traditional artist. Oh, and what software do you use? I use Clip Studio Paint. And yeah, I do use Krita sometimes, but mostly Clip Studio Paint. Do you think that a person should learn how to draw realism first, and once they understand the basic of realism, then they can explore with different styles? I mean, I learned I learned anime art first, right? So it seems like it doesn't really matter. Most likely though, maybe perhaps if you want to be more efficient, learning the basics of like realism and anatomy and stuff like that may help you like in the long run. It might make you faster, but like if we're talking about objectively, it doesn't really matter, it seems. I learned anime arts first. I didn't start learning realism, or at least I did try. Like, I did kind of start trying to do realism, but then I immediately switched over to like stylization, and like I didn't actually pick up anything. So even though I technically did start with realism, I didn't take anything from the realism. I didn't learn any anatomy. I just like, yeah, if you understand what I'm saying. I actually learned stylization first, at least for the most part, which I wouldn't say is the best way to do it. Like, I'm not saying that that's like the most efficient way to draw. Of course not. I do think I think it, like I just said, it is more efficient to do it the other way around. But yeah. Yeah. May I ask a question? Yeah, sure. Is drop kicking a child in self-defense valid? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think children pose that much of a chat. I mean, I don't think children pose that much of a threat to drop kick them. No, I'm talking about observation, not line control or perspective or breaking down into shapes. Observation consists of angles, reference points, and measurements. Yeah, I don't do measurements. I don't necessarily. I mean, I don't know. I don't exactly understand what you're saying. If I observe what the reference is, if I observe the composition, I observe like the proportions, I observe like the relationship between lines and stuff. I do observe the art. But I don't necessarily. So perhaps I'm doing what you're doing, but I don't necessarily understand. Like, I'm not a technical artist. I don't care for the technicalities of stuff. I just want to have fun while drawing. I was never the type of person to really get into those tutorials who are like, yes, measure the body by like, it's like 7 or 8 like heads taller, or like 6.5 heads taller, or whatever it is, right? I'm not like that type of person who like measures the drawing out. I do most things by feel. It's just more fun like that for me. I'm not gonna explain. No, I mean it's fine. I do understand kind of what you're saying, and I do kind of do that. If I do observe artworks and references very, very deeply. I think, like, at least for me, at least for what I need. But I'm not really a technical person. Yeah, it takes a lot of time, Keep patience. I mean, yeah, I enjoy art, so it's not really something I have to like really, really try to keep up. What's wrong with Krita? Can you show me the intakes? Huh? That's good. I failed to keep my passion alive in 2020. Although I started drawing again on 2024. Oh, that's nice. Your ducks ate my cakes when you draw them? Oh, no, when I drew them. I'm sorry. Dennis, do you feel uncomfortable because of Singularity's Adopted Kid? No, I don't really let... So even... Yeah, well, no, I don't. Like, short answer, no. Longer answer, but still a short answer. I don't really care what people on the internet do in the first place. So... No matter what Singularity's Adopted Kid does, as long as it's not really affecting anyone else in stream to like a personal degree, if that makes sense. I don't know how to exactly say it, but as long as someone in the chat isn't like harassing someone else in stream or in the chat, I don't really care. I am very much not that affected by people on the internet. All right, someone started a family for Dennis. They already did that. They already made the lore for that. They were doing that in the Discord a long time ago. Although they stopped, I think everyone got bored of it. I stopped sharing my artworks because I can't seem to find people who are better than me to criticize. I may have to pay for feedbacks from people like Hide Channel or Hyde Channel. I don't know what that is. Yeah, no, I think that's fine. You know, I lived most of my art. I've done practically all of my art journey without any criticism, which is very difficult. I would say yes, criticism makes you improve way faster. I mean, I spent 8 years drawing to get to this point, and to be honest, I don't know if the time makes sense for where I am in art right now. If that makes sense, I don't know if 8 years is like. I feel like it's a little bit too long to be at this point, but I don't regret it. I don't regret how long I took, to be honest. I had fun, right? I think that's like the important part. Or maybe I'm just coping. Maybe you can say that I'm just coping. But yeah, I had fun with, you know, how long I had fun in the 8 years that I did do art for. So it doesn't really matter if I took that long. I think criticism would have helped, and I think like going to an art school would have helped or something like that, or just doing like an art course or anything like that. But you know, a combination of me being broke and me being too lazy and me just wanting to draw for fun made it so I just didn't really care about like taking in other people's opinions. Although I did use a lot of tutorials. Like I was like on that YouTube tutorial art school grind set thing. I sent another Oscar reference in general, maybe see it. Okay. Also, I recommend asking for feedback. People's skill varies, and if someone points out mistakes, you are not skilled enough to fix it. Also, I don't recommend asking for feedback. People's skill varies. Yeah, I think it takes a certain level of I think you have to be very, maybe picky is not the right word, but you have to be able to filter out good advice, good criticism from like, I guess, bad criticism, if that makes sense. So. Also, Singyu, please read my comments up. Okay. And also it does take it. Also, it does not like do a time thing for your art. Also, it does not like do a time thing for your art. Please read my comment. And this chat is particularly inquisitive and very talkative today. Indeed, yes. Oh, there we go. By the way, Singyu, what do you think of my Tower of Babel of Miku art that I posted? I thought I talked about that yesterday. It was good, yeah. It was interesting. The colors were pretty cool. Self-analysis is a skill that needs to be improved on. Please don't rely too much on others to point out mistakes. Observation is how you can improve on self-analysis. Oh yeah, I mean, I do self-analysis a lot. That's probably to be fair, that is the main way I did improve. Although I don't know how useful, it depends how good you are at doing it, of course, just like you said. It takes a lot of, I guess, not introspection, but yeah, just self-criticism. But some people have like the anger towards their art without having like, I guess, the wanting to build their art up, if that makes sense. Like they criticize their art for the sake of criticizing it. They're just like, my art is bad, and then they don't do anything with it. You have to have a certain level of wanting to actually like pick apart your art without like the feeling behind it, if that makes sense. It's very important to not hate your art, even when it does have mistakes, because your art is gonna have mistakes. No, I think criticisms will make you see your mistakes, because I know people who don't see mistakes, and when it's there, so I strongly recommend to have feedback. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Also, did I say hello, is it Murmur Sky or Murmur Sky? You said you're gonna, I'm pretty sure someone said they're gonna change their main account. I assume that's you, Mr. Sky, or Mrs. Sky? Don't know who you are. Mr. Sky or Miss Sky. I think all criticism is good criticism. I love getting feedback from people who are worse and better than me because people have different views and ideas. They're valuable. For the most part, I think it is pretty, I think most feedback can have some like good to it, yes. But some people are just not that good at giving feedback, and some people have different views of what is good or what is bad. So it takes a level of, I guess, discretion, maybe. Maybe that's the word. You have to have some discretion when filtering through feedback to understand what's feedback that is useful to you and what feedback just doesn't like make sense for what you're doing, right? If that makes sense. What is art? What is it about? And why is it important? It's for fun. Isn't allowed. Wait, I'm confused. You may hate yourself, but not. You may hate yourself, but not thy art. Honestly, I think it should. If you had to pick one way to do it, I think it should be you shall not hate yourself, but you can hate your art. After all, I think your art is way less important than you like as a person. And some people may connect their art like very deeply to themselves as a person. But in that case, then you should hate neither your art nor you as a person. I think honestly that's probably the best way to go about it. You should not hate yourself or your art, but if you had to pick one or the other, not hating yourself seems like the best bet. Where are you from, by the way? I'm from the US. If you're asking me, I don't know who you're asking. Goodbye, Lily. It's me, Amir. Mir. I think anything and everything can be considered art. It's up to the person to determine if it's good or bad art. Therefore, in my opinion, life is art, trash is art, food is art. What is your definition of art? Is your definition of art something that is beautiful? If that is your definition of art, then yeah, I guess that totally makes sense. But you know what? Even if your definition of art is something else, I think it makes sense for you. It would make sense that everything would be art, considering. Yeah. I could see it from your worldview. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. If everything is art, that would make sense. Hello, Rapdog. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Yo, got any tips about drawing scary things? The best thing, I think the easiest way to draw scary things is to draw something that kind of looks like a human, but like alter it to make it uncanny, I guess. A good way to draw something that's scary is, to just make something kind of human. It's really, basically, it's to strike at that uncanny valley type of like thing. Like the uncanny valley is like really effective for people when it comes to horror. So doing something like that is, well, very good. I never seen a person nowadays. People ask what is art, instead of what good art is. It's the cause of modern art and AI being seen as a form of art. Guys, 14 views and 2 likes. Get bro money. That's fine. If people like the okay, never mind. That's 19 likes. Thank you guys. Thank you for liking the stream. No, if people want to like, or if they don't want to like, it's kind of completely up to them. Hating your art is a sign. Hold on. Oh man. Okay. Hating your art is a sign that you are starting to see your mistakes. Pick a topic you feel you can improve on and study and practice instead of banging your head against the wall. Go study and practice. I also want to go to art school, but I don't think my parents will afford it in an unstable career. Will afford in an unstable career, and I understand their point of view. That's why I have decided to learn it all by myself. Fair enough. Yeah, how are you doing, by the way, Rapdog? Are you doing okay? Hopefully you're doing good. Everything can be art, but not everything can be labeled as good art. And I am not talking about bad sketches as bad art. I mean useless stuff like toilet as art. Well, I mean some things can be used, like what's not useful for you can be useful for someone else. So no matter what it is, I think it is the case that everything can be considered art depending on the person's worldview. And everything can be considered good art depending on the person's worldview. It doesn't make any objective sense to say what's like good or bad art. It's just like what's good or bad is in the eye of the beholder, I guess. In the case of the uncanny valley, it's when something looks kind of human, but there's something off. Yes. Yeah, okay, and for you, Mr. Sky, hating your art is, but like, so I think you can recognize your mistakes in your art while not hating it, right? I think that's the best, the best state for you to be in as an artist is to recognize that you do make mistakes in art, but not hate your art, right? There's a difference between recognizing a mistake and like being like, I guess, theatrical in it, if that makes sense. There's a certain level of dramatization and kind of, I don't know if to call it useless, but it is kind of like self-destructive to like completely hate your art. like, it's the difference between getting criticism and getting criticism, just clean criticism without any like feelings behind it, if that makes sense, versus like getting hateful criticism, where it's like, yes, there is some useful information in there, but like there are some parts that are unnecessary, if that makes sense. I unfortunately drew something cute. So you would agree on my definition of art? No, probably not. What? Well, hold on. I didn't actually. What was your? Sorry, I didn't actually see. Where did you say definition of art? Definition of art. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. So like, I think everything can be art. For each individual person, there is a thing called art, and what art is dependent entirely upon that person. If you're asking me if I think everything is art, then I would say no, right? But that's because I was saying I understand how you see it. Like, I understand how you see that everything is art. If I were to get into your shoes, maybe like there's a lot of different ways that you could consider things art, I guess. So I'm not actually a mind reader. I don't actually know, but for me, I think art kind of needs a person to create it, if that makes sense. At the very least, to call something art for me, it needs to have an intention behind it. Basically. If something has an intention behind it to look like beautiful or to like be meaningful, then it's art. If it doesn't have an intention behind it to be meaningful or to be beautiful, then I wouldn't necessarily call it art. If that makes sense. So I don't agree that anything and everything is considered art, but I do agree that anything and everything, depending on like, every single person, can be considered art, because art is subjective and art is in the eye of the beholder. I don't like joining random Discord server. Yeah, you don't have to join the Discord server. If you don't want to join the Discord server, you don't have to join it. The Discord server is just for people who like, want to join the Discord server. I wouldn't say it's necessarily important to join the Discord server. Good night, Kate, Candy. Have a good day. I'm glad you're good, Dennis. Oh, jeez, everything's going so fast. Okay, hold on. Hello. Oh, Mr. Oh, no, I said hello to you already. I'm glad you're good, Dennis. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask. How come your art was more suggestive before? No, I mean, I think it's still, to be honest, I think it depends on the reference that I'm using. So basically, I've blown through all of the suggestive references, and so now I'm kind of out of them. I'm just not drawing them anymore. What I draw is kind of just based on the references and what I'm just into drawing at the moment. So it's flip floppy, right? It's all wishy washy. By the way, then my drawing looks really. Thank you. If you hate your art but still are drawing, you don't actually hate your art. Don't take the hate word seriously. I mean, fair enough. No, it's funny. You know what? I have a funny story. I started a month ago and I couldn't see any real good progress, so I watched a bunch of YouTube videos and my head was spinning. So I quit all and started all over again. I think that's fair enough. Taking in too much information is very overwhelming. Okay, that makes sense as a Christian. Yeah, no, so that's what I was saying. From your perspective, I think it makes 100%. If you think that the world was created by like a god or something, that is an intention. And so the world would have been, and the universe itself would have been created with an intention, therefore making it valid to consider it art. So yeah, I understand. Like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. No shit, Dennis? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. See you tomorrow. Please stream early. Why so late? I mean, for me, it's 2 p.m. I don't really wake up that early. I've copied this 7 times. Copied what 7 times? For me, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Time zones are the bane of everyone's existence, apparently. Yeah, but yeah, so like, I definitely do understand your worldview. from my perspective, because from my perspective, like there's no inherent need for like okay, let me see how to spread this. I don't actually know. Oh, okay. I guess to simplify it, I'm not religious, right? So I don't actually know if there's a creator or not. If the universe, so I guess my neutral is there is no creator. That's like my base theory, I guess. If there is no creator with an intention behind it, then not everything can be considered art, and only something made by like a living being would be considered art. I'm dying. Was it? It's the comment right above the Okay, hold on. Do I have live chat on or something? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just didn't see. Copied this 7 times. Where was that? Where was that comment actually? Why can't I scroll up anymore? What's wrong with this thing? Okay, I guess it just gave up. What, did I miss that? Okay, I've copied this. So above that, I've copied this 7 times. I don't see any comment from you though. There, like that chat just doesn't exist. Maybe it got filtered or something. It could have just gotten filtered, to be honest. Maybe you said something that got filtered, but I don't see anything. Hello, uncanny queers are my life. Welcome to the stream. It's time of the charm. I think your comment is getting filtered. Your thoughts and philosophy are exactly like mine. Are you talking to me? He's hello. Is it Sahil? Welcome to the stream, Sahil. How's your day going? Hopefully your day's going well. Are you sure you're not my long lost twin of a brown guy? I don't know. If you're talking to me, yeah. Nighttime is the down charm. It's not there. I'm sorry. Your comment just doesn't exist. Here's an interesting question. If art can be considered art because it has a creator, what if someone put paint on a canvas and let ocean waves move the paint around? Who would be the artist to see? Well, if put waves on a canvas and let the, I think it'd still be because like the person put it there with an intention. I would say that the ocean isn't like, it doesn't move with an intention. So it's not exactly like the ocean created something for a purpose. It kind of just, it's like, if that was the case, if the sea would be the artist, then like mountainscapes and like cave systems and all these different things that happen like with erosion and with motion and with like physics and matter, all these different things would be considered art. But I don't necessarily consider them like acting with intention. I consider them acting out just out of I guess necessity, if that makes sense. So can you please see the comment? It's on general on Discord chat. Oh well, okay, I can look at that, I guess. Thank you though for caring at least. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'm talking for me. I accidentally discovered you from YouTube Shorts. Then you were talking about how you were alone, and then this God belief. I was talking about how I was alone. Although I could probably see that. Can you please post the girl with the booty shorts on Twitter? Please post the girl with the booty shorts. I see a lot of likes on it. Maybe this has taken so long to. I don't know why. Maybe it's getting filtered because of booty, but I don't know why. Oh, you said it's body shorts actually. Yeah, I don't know why it's getting filtered. That doesn't really make sense. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Like, I'm not exactly a hardcore atheist. I'm more just like, when it comes to a lot of religious beliefs, I'm just not convinced, right? That's about it. But I'm not actually like yeah. I guess I would consider myself more agnostic. I think I might join stream at the wrong time. Maybe. Nor did the person, Dennis. What was the intention of the person with letting a wave draw for him? It doesn't. Well, no. The person put the paint there with an intention of creating art, right? You'd assume that. I'm assuming that the person put the art there for a reason. If the person put the paint there for a reason, then it's like the person is the one who kind of set that thing in motion. If that makes sense, right? I'm asking you complicated questions. It's a very interesting question. Sorry if it's a stupid question, but Horizon Lines can tilted, or are they always straight? Horizon lines, I mean, you can imagine if you tilt your if you have a camera pointed at the horizon and you tilt the camera, you can imagine from the camera's perspective the horizon would be tilted. So yes, I suppose you can tilt the horizon line. Like, it doesn't need to be like a horizontal line. I'm good. I'm grateful for now. Oh, nice. It's good that you're better now. I'm accidentally becoming Singyu's Twitter because he won't post anything. Singyu, you gotta post more than air. Yeah, I do. I'm getting back into the gist or the swing of things, I guess. It's yeah, I've been very absent, if that makes sense. I guess I got busy with like real life stuff. What was the point of adding paint on a canvas so the ocean draws? Answer. Yeah, but Soul, what doesn't make sense for you, that doesn't mean that doesn't make sense for other people. I can say that someone's point of view doesn't make sense, but it makes complete sense for them. If a person is putting something on the ocean, it's probably to make art. They want the ocean to make, like, they want to use the ocean to make art, right? If that makes sense. It's not necessarily like if it doesn't make sense to you, that's fine. But like, I mean, just because something doesn't make sense for you doesn't mean like it doesn't make sense for the other person. That's just how like life is. Some semblance of understanding is very necessary to like exist with other people. If you just like pass someone's belief off as it doesn't make sense, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of a. I think in order to exist in a world with other people, it takes a lot of brain work. I think it takes a lot of effort to understand them, but I think the effort like pays off because having like understanding other people allows you to communicate. Is there I want to ask you about how to paint on Krita. You said you've used it. Is there a stream of video related to it? No, I don't use Krita that much, and I'm actually not that good at using Krita. I use Clip Studio Paint, but I mean, maybe one day I'll try it out. So one day I'll try it out, but for the most part, I'm sure, like, is there no tutorials on it? Like, surely there's some tutorials. Like, I watched a Krita tutorial on how to like make how to make a brush. So if there's a Krita tutorial on like how to make such a niche thing as like a brush, sure there's like just a Krita tutorial on like how to paint with it, or just like the basic tools, right? Maybe, I don't know, but maybe one day. Singyu, I draw stuff for you. If I draw stuff for you, can I become manager plus prove myself as worthy to become one of the knights? I don't know. I will never say never, but I'll never always. I will never make a certainty. Make anything a certainty. Maybe I should subscribe if you want to subscribe. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Why the ocean, though? How do you explain letting a seed draw? What is the purpose, is my point. If you're trying to... Yeah, okay. The thing that you're calling purpose is such a vague concept for people. It doesn't really make... Like, okay. The purpose is just what you're looking forward to. They're looking forward to, like, they just want to make art. Like, that's like asking, what's the point in making art in and of itself? Why are you making art? Why are you drawing? Because it makes you feel good? If the answer is because it makes you feel good, then the reason that the person is putting the paint or, like, the canvas or whatever, the art on the ocean, or, like, for the ocean to create the art, is simply the same reason why you make art in the first place, to make them feel good. It satisfies their desires, right? I don't know. I think, like, the reason that people do things is a very simple thing. It's to satisfy their desires. Why you believe something, why you do something, why you think a certain way, why you take a certain action. It's like, it's all the same thing. It's all the same answer because you want to. I don't know. There's nothing really that deep. It's not like that deep. You're looking for a purpose, but the purpose is because it makes them feel good. People do everything because it makes them feel good. Whether you're a person who's like destructive to society, you're like some sort of murderer. Why do they murder? Because it makes them feel good. Why does a person give to charity? Because it makes them feel good. Why does a person do any number of things? It's like the same reason. I don't know. Like, you're asking but like, I don't know. I don't really know what you're saying. Does add him to the secret police? There's no secret police. I don't know what Soul is talking about. Wait, Singyu, have you drawn the Jackal pose? I have, yes. There always have been secret police. There's no secret police. You're a sicko? You've drawn it? Yeah, I've drawn a lot of poses. I've drawn poses that are way more suggestive than the Jacko pose. I've drawn things that are just more suggestive than the Jacko pose. I cannot believe another shot in the dark hit. I've just drawn a lot. I don't know. I just joined the Discord and I'm lost. I've never used Discord in my life. Yeah, it's pretty confused. Go to the reaction. There's a channel called the Reaction Rules channel. It allows you to see it allows you to like gain access to a bunch of other channels. Like there's just a general chat. Basically, if you see all the channels like the art and such place is just to post art. I don't know. Maybe you can get some help from like someone else. You want a manager on YouTube or Discord? Wait, wait, you're talking about Tatir? Tatir. Tatir. Are you talking to me or talking to someone else? You want manager on YouTube or Discord? Not his YouTube. Oh, on Discord. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to know that you're like someone who can. I just don't know. I just don't know you enough. Not that I don't really know most people enough, but I know that they seem like people who can like make good decisions. Man, I want my cake in a total, not specific December 22nd. Huh. Art of Singularity, it's yours. Yeah, I am Art of Singularity. Oh, wait, are you asking if the server is mine? Yes, the Discord server is mine. Who is this character? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I haven't been paying attention to what I'm doing. It's my birthday, please. Dennis Sin. Sing you, Dennis Sin. Well, if it's something as small as a cake, I can draw that. Yeah, Jonah, I don't understand it. What to do now? Why to do? When to do? I don't know. There's not really any specific rules for Discord. It's just like use the specific channels for like what they're meant for, and that's about it. There's not really any need to use the Discord. I don't know. You just do what you want to do. If you want to post art, you can post art in the Art and Such channel. Yeah, you can post art in the Art and Such channel. You can talk to other people in Discord. It's just like I don't know, just like a community hub, I guess. Hello, Blazer Doom. How do you design your characters, anyways? I just draw. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some of it comes from all the things that I've seen. Like if I want to draw a knight, I'm gonna like think back to all the references I've seen of knights and stuff like that. So, it's just, I guess, all the designs that I draw is just a culmination of everything that I've seen up until this point right here. You know? Like I would say that this design right here kind of resembles Land of the Lustrous like outfit, if that makes sense. Of course. Oh, I didn't finish this drawing actually. Or like this. This is just a bunch of like, this is like the muffler from a car put on top of the head. It's just a box. It's just a bunch of things. You're 1.2k around away from 10k. I guess I am. Wait, what? I'm already at 5.8. I didn't know that. Everything's going so fast. Sorry, I'm back. Welcome back, Toast. Not today, but on December 22nd. Well, okay. If you ask me on December 22nd, and I'm also streaming on December 22nd, then I will draw a cake. Most likely, it's not like that big of a. It's not that big of a thing. It's very easy to draw a cake. So I don't mind doing something that easy. Sahil. Singu, I got so desperate to help you pronounce my name that I sent an MP3 file. Well, I'll listen to it at some point. Surely I'm tagged in it, so because I'm tagged in it, I should just like get to read it when I'm done streaming. Is this thing just not doing anything? Is it just Tatir? I mean, yeah, I saw it. It's Tatir, right? You know, the volume was low, so I didn't actually listen to it. In any case, I'll listen to it afterwards. Granted, I remember to listen to it. Well, I'll figure it out. I mean, it's there anyway, so... But, you know, come tomorrow, I should be able to, like, pronounce it. I will just call you Mr. Tier, or Mrs. Tier, or Miss Tier. I actually don't know what you are. I don't know what you are. But I'll say Mr. Tier, because I just like to say Mr. I'm a guy. Then Mr. Tier. It's Tatir. But that's what I've been saying. Or Tatir. Alright. Okay, you know what? I understand to pronounce the Tier part. How do you pronounce the Ta part? Is it like is it just... is it Tay or Ta? You just said it? I've been saying that, though. You're saying I've been saying it wrong, but I swear I've been saying Tatir. You know, Tatir, Tatir. Are you saying that there should be a space between the two? Are you saying that I should... It's like, it's not Tatir, but it's Tatir. Oh, the dash that you're putting there is not a... I thought you were putting the dash to easier pronounce it, like, to pronounce it. Tatir? It's supposed to be Tatir? A softer... It's like Tatir. But I feel like I've been saying that. I don't know. Maybe I change the pronunciation every time. Like a ta? Tap? So Tatir. 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 Have I seriously not been saying that? Am I delusional? I'm pretty sure it's a ta sound. Have I not been saying ta? Tatir? I swear I've been saying that. Because I haven't been saying Tatir. That's for sure. Ta, 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 ta. So it's like a ta, like ta, but ta, 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 ta. It'd be like that, I guess. What am I gonna do with her hands? I guess she needs hands, right? The tier part is like T and er. Tur? Like tur? To Tur? Like a turnip? Because I swear you were saying it's tear. Like you're crying. Are you saying like tattered? like as if the jeans are tattered? Whatever. I'll listen to the MP3 soon. It's not like the word tatir. Tatir. I'm confused. That might be it. No, it is. Hmm. Let me see. What am I to draw? Yes. Okay. Never mind. I got it. I'm trying to figure out what OC I want to draw. By the way, yes. It's been forever. Huh? You promised you'd make the other stocking black. You know, I was starting on it, and I started to draw this one. I will finish. All right, give me 1 second. He got him sorted out. Oh. I isolated the image. I'm... What? What are you guys doing? Hold on, let me change this song. Video song Calamity. Up the sound. Are you playing this, please? Because I would like you to play it. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think it selected the song. Hello? Oh, okay, no, it did select. The image is on the media channel. It's the girl. He. Indeed, it is the girl. Oh my, Dennis ASMR. Heh. Alright, back in business. You did isolate the image, that's for sure. No music is back? Yes. He might be on something. If Sinky did ASMR, he might earn bank. He's got that special voice. Do I? I don't think my voice is that special. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna... Hold on. Here. Okay. This drawing is okay, but it could have been a better drawing, to be honest. A better drawing indeed. Wait, are you guys just calling ASMR like just me talking just without music? I guess, you know, I've never listened to ASMR, but I suppose, well, like, I've never actively listened to it, but the ones that I have heard, I guess there hasn't been any music, not that I can remember, so maybe ASMR can only be done without music. That would make sense, I guess. Yes, ASMR is you talking without music. Eh, doesn't that sound dry, though? I don't know. Speaking of talking, I'm kind of thirsty. Maybe that doesn't sound anything. Doesn't sound. Oh, give me 1 second. I've returned with water. Alrighty. Moisten your throat? You said you like that word, like that word, moist before, so I'm using it now. Alright. So, basically, this is the ASMR experience. Just... There's nothing happening. It's just quiet. It's... Isn't the quiet troubling for you? No? Okay. You know, I suppose I've never listened to ASMR, so I wouldn't really know anything about it. Is it a Saturday? It's not Saturday. Well, welcome to the stream, Saturday. It is actually Tuesday, I think. I think it's Tuesday. No, the science is nice. I got ADHD, so focusing on you without background noise helps a lot. Huh. You know, I never really thought about that. For me, the background noise fades into the background. So I guess I never considered that it would be better without the music. But you know, I also thought it would help because sometimes there's a large like space of no music. I mean, there's a large space of none of me talking, so the music I felt helps like cover up that space. But I guess some people are just okay with like not having anything, huh? If you're out of ideas, you can try drawing Oscar. No, I did see it. I did see the drawing. Or not the drawing. But no, I don't actually feel like drawing a knight right now, to be honest. But maybe at some point I would. I don't know. Do you like anime? Yeah, I'll watch anime. My favorite anime is ReZero. ReZero, and then, you know, Attack on Titan was pretty good. Like that. Currently I'm watching To Your Eternity. I was watching To Your Eternity Season 2, which has been fantastic, actually. I wasn't too sure if I was gonna like the characters, but, like, I don't know. Sometimes Season 2's, like, of anime, like, pretty shoddy, but this has actually been, yeah, so To Your Eternity has been really good. Really solid so far. Thoroughly enjoying it. Watching My Hero Academia, One Punch Man. I'm not watching One Punch Man. I haven't caught up to My Hero Academia. I've watched like until season. I watched until like season 2. No, season 3. No, season 6. What am I talking about? I've watched until the season where I think it's season 7. Where Stars and Stripes shows up. I watched the first episode of that. So yeah, I have watched My Hero Academia. I just haven't caught up to like the newer 2 seasons that have come out. Who are you drawing now? An OC or merely another position of body? Put the music on, I beg you. Right? It feels so empty. Doesn't it feel empty? It feels so, I don't know. Any case, here, I'll make a compromise. I'll put the music on, but I'll turn it down. What about Spy X Family? Or Spy Family, I guess. No, I haven't really watched Spy Family. I watched like 2 episodes of it, and I just haven't caught up with it. Yeah, well, I want to draw this, like, this pose, but I mean, I'm gonna make it an OC. Probably her. I'm gonna give her these 2, like, buns on the side of her head. No, you'll not put on music? I put on the music. But I made it quieter, so maybe that'll help, make it less distracting, I suppose? What about the big three? I have not watched. What was the big three? One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Naruto. No, One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto. Sorry. But I haven't watched any of those or Dragon Ball. You know, Singyu, this is actually one of my dreams. There's a lot of VTubers and whatnot that would love to chat with because they're interesting, but because they have chats so large, it's impossible. Yeah, you know, that is quite. It's quite something. It must be overwhelming. Honestly, to a certain degree, I kind of dread that type of thing. I just feel like it'd be so. You know, it's like there'd be so many people around, or not around, but there's so many people like watching you, but you can't like interact with any of them. Like some of them, yes, but like for only for fleeting moments, if that makes sense. It just seems isolating. So I do wonder if I do ever become that. What? Hold on. What's that noise? Whatever. Yeah, I do wonder if I ever do become like that successful, like, what is that even gonna look like? How will I be able to talk or keep up with it? It's way easier for me to exist and like be I don't know. It's easier for me to get my thoughts in order when there's less people. Death Note? No, I've not watched Death Note. I've watched a good amount of anime, but the popular ones and not so much. I've watched Call of the Night, I've watched Summertime Rendering. Watch ReZero, obviously, I did say that already. I was watching Psycho Pass. Psycho Pass was pretty solid so far from what I've watched. I was watching My Happy Marriage at some point. I've watched Love is War. I've watched obviously I said Attack on Titan. Vinland Saga was pretty good too. Another one. What is another one? I've watched Monogatari. So I'm struggling right now to figure out. Remember when you become famous? I don't think I can forget you. Well, that's probably not true. I can probably forget a lot of people, but you know, that comes with amnesia. No, it'd be pretty hard to forget you. I mean, you are like a moderator on my channel. And like you're pretty what's it called? Impactful. So you're into romance? I'm actually not, no. I don't really like romance. I did say I watched My Happy Marriage, Kaguya-sama, and there's probably another one, like Call of the Night, I guess. But to be honest, I watched like half of the first season of Kaguya-sama, dropped it. My Happy Marriage, I watched like 2 episodes, then I dropped it. And yeah, I'm really not. I'm more into mystery. Mystery is good. I like mystery. Watch Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw. Like, no, not what's it called? Cyberpunk Edgerunners. That was pretty good too. I do have IRL friends, but they are busy, and talking to them randomly feels off. Fair enough. No, I've watched Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan was really good, yeah. At least Death Note. No, I've not watched Death Note. I've watched Attack on Titan, though, yes. Thanks, Singyu. Really, I know you've been on me for a day, and mostly for Miku, and just asking a lot, but I'm really thankful for it. Oh, no problem. I mean, I think the easiest thing you can give someone, or like the simplest thing you can give someone, and the easiest to do, and one of the most meaningful things you can give someone is just your attention, right? I mean, isn't that what the internet is about? Isn't that what people like yearn for? They yearn for attention. But how much attention does someone really want? Like, do people really want that much attention, or do people just want like a one-on-one? Like, I think a lot of people would be content if they just had one person that was like they're just like really like close with, or if they just had one person that they can talk to that was like really interesting. I think that's really all most people want. Like, I'm sure there are some people who just want more and more and more. Maybe, perhaps, it's almost a certainty. But for the most part, I think a lot of people would be like content if they just had the attention of one person that actually meant something, right? Although I'm not encouraging parasocial behavior, even though I don't think there's really anything I can do. Watch Death Note. You need to have a checkup of your brain. No. See, I've been spoiled on Death Note. I know what happens in Death Note. So what I would assume is there's gonna be a lot of like big brain moments and these like plays, and there's gonna be a lot of like, I generally know what happens in Death Note, so I'm not too actually inclined to like read it. I know basically everything. I know what happens at the end. I know what happens I know what happens in the end. I know, like, well, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't watched Death Note, so I'm not going to say more than that, but it's not like I haven't watched Death Note. I'm just, I don't know. Most famous VTubers and YouTube began streaming for the few, not for the many, but the many people who now watch them is merely a byproduct. They're content in giving joy to countless. Some adapt to the insurmountable messages and focus on the general entertainment of everyone, not one-on-one communication that you're doing here. Sadly, one-on-one chatting is often a step to famous status. I mean, yeah, that makes sense though. I mean, I guess if you get good at doing this one-on-one thing, eventually you're going to become more famous. It's just like, it's kind of like you live to die, right? Because you're alive, eventually you're going to die. Similarly, if you're good at something, you're going to become, well, I guess more like popular, right? I suppose. So I very much, yeah, I don't even think it's like a possible, you'd have to like purposefully like make yourself more unpopular, I guess. But I don't think people, for the most part, people like need a career to like live, right? So most people are not going to like sacrifice their career. And I don't think I would either. After all, I'm not doing YouTube. I didn't start YouTube to do it for like a community or like to start a community. Like at least in the first place, I started doing YouTube because I really like to do art and I don't really want to do anything else. But if I have to make a career, I might as well make it around art, right? So that's why I'm doing YouTube. So even if I'm popular, I don't think I'm actually gonna really care that much. I'm obviously gonna want to like make a career, but it's really only about the art. I'll always appreciate that we can still coexist and be friends despite us having opposite views. I've never once got mad at you when we debate. Oh, well, yeah. Like, I don't know. I think that just comes from, like, I think if the two parties in, like, a debate understand each other and, like, engage in it and, like how to say? In good faith, I think it's very difficult to be mad at someone. I think, like, a good debate comes from understanding both sides, right? YouTubers and VTubers try to do Q&A and individual talks with people called Q&A streams. So you're artist as a professional? I do art for fun, but if I have to make a profession out of it, I'll choose art. So yes, I guess I'll do art. I'll be a professional artist at some point, but that's not why I'm doing art. But it's kind of like, I guess, the only thing I have left to do. It's the only option that makes sense. However, this often leaves out meaningful smaller convos with individual unknown chatters. Yeah, that makes sense. That said, like a lot of chatters don't want to talk and just watch. Hence, it's me and only a few others watching that actually engage much. Yeah, that makes sense. What do you do as a career? No, I mean, I'm doing YouTube as a career. So I suppose if you want to call me like a professional artist, you can call me that. Not for skill level, but just because I'm doing it as a career, or I'm planning to. But yeah, I guess I'm artist as a profession. But I'm just doing it for fun, to be honest. How old are you? I'm 20. I'm 20 years old. Give me 1 second, by the way. I'll be right back. However, I do not plan on being washed away by the torrent of views and passage of time. Nice. That's actually a pretty valiant goal. Oh, all right. Returned. I'm back. Fret not, I have returned. Okay. I want to make a name for myself here. Wait, hold on. No, right there. I make myself a friend of you? Well, yeah. I suppose. Burr's 2 years older than me. Maybe. Established myself as a proactive member of this community. And have the same thoughts like me. He's 3 years older than me. I'm 17. I'm going to be 19 in 2 months. Oh, nice. Well, I'll be 18 in 2 months. Congratulations on getting older. Hello, Zoe-chan. I was going to say Zoe-chan, but that's not your name. I don't think that's how you pronounce that. All right, I'm kind of done with this drawing, honestly. I'm 18. Nice. Yes, welcome to the stream. How is you doing? Draw a little star. And that's kind of a crappy star. Hold on. You know what? I did 2 stars. It'd be weird if I didn't do a third. It's not a 5-point star, though. You know, I very much struggle with drawing 5-point stars. It is absolutely difficult. Maybe it's because of the symmetry or something, but I just always struggle with it. Chat asking something good. Hey, want to play Would You Rather? Sure. It's 1 a.m. here and I just finished drawing. Nice. I'm 18 too. Can't wait to do my taxes. I cannot wait to not do my taxes. Unfortunately, I have to do taxes. Taxes. The bane of, I guess, people. Is that why the what is the American, the independence? What was it? You know, the war for independence. That thing. That was based off. That was like started because of taxes, right? People really hate taxes. I got magic tricks into making this man draw for me. It's not true. For the most part, you've just asked me to draw little things that are very easy to do. I'm not against drawing very easy things that are like small. No, if you ask me to draw like a nuclear reactor or something like that, I'd probably just say no. Well, everyone's the same age almost. It seems so. Forgive me for wait, huh? Forgive me for overstating my abilities. I was a fool to jest in such an arrogant way. Anyways, let me try and pop in this face. It's gonna be a low angle face. Oh, around there. Maybe like there. Hold on. Okay, goodbye, Zoe. Have a good day. Chat didn't hit puberty yet. I'm thinking about taxes. Taxes. How horrific. Okay, now. I love how there's so many levels of artists in Discord. I don't think there is the best artist in Discord, but there's always someone who is better than you. That is true, yeah. There's always someone better. The best artist is Singyu, and if you don't agree, as part of the secret police, I'll make you agree. Huh? Are we doing the 1984 thing? You know, I don't think I'm the best artist in Discord. I find that very unlikely. I've seen, like, we had some like really good people, but I haven't seen them in a while. They're like people that I like really actually enjoyed their art style, but whether they left or they just like stopped posting, I just haven't seen all of them. I still miss Seth. Yeah, like Seth. Seth was good. In all of Discord, I guess, but I guess maybe not. But in your territory, my liege, yes, you are. Territory? But isn't the Discord my territory? Even in my territory, I'm still not the best. But I don't need to be the best. I just need to have fun. After all, the best when it comes to art is like literally, that's not a thing. There's no objective thing that's called the best, right? It's all subjective. In that case, I'm God in my territory, even though I'm an atheist. I mean, I guess you'd have to, I guess, if whatever your definition of God is. I guess, yeah, I guess it depends on your definition. Does the best thing to give in return is thanks and compliments? Oh, then the best thing to give in return is thanks and compliments? True. As a chatter, it's my job to make sure Singy gets a big boy confidence boost. Don't worry. I very much, I will say this. It's very difficult for me to get like a super like big confidence boost because I very much try to base my value of myself not on other people. The same way how I'm not gonna take any like hate comments or like just hate from the outside as like anything serious. I very much try to temper my expectations, or not expectations, but I try to temper my actual self-image. I think that's probably the right word. I very much do appreciate like the compliments, but I do temper my self-image, like and like if it's affected by outside force. Does that make sense? Basically, I treat the hate comments and like the positive comments as the same, like at the same level of like how to say effect that it has on my self-image. I think it's very important because the moment like I start actually like giving that, I guess, power to other people outside of myself, I kind of start drawing for them. I think that's what would happen. If that makes sense. But I think it's very important for me to draw for myself, if that makes sense. And you know, it's also very important to like have your self-image based on yourself as well. Do you guys see Why Not? I did. Hello, Ari. Welcome to the stream. Wait, aren't you Why Not? Aren't you like a fake Ari that like is actually Why Not? If attention is the easiest thing to give, the best thing to give in return is thanks and compliments. That's actually a pretty. Oh, I didn't actually see the first part of your comment. That's actually a very interesting response. That honestly, I do like that response. That's a pretty good response. Although I don't know. I guess, yeah. In that case, oh no, I read that already. You'd be right, Singu. It makes sense to not rely on validation for others. However, I don't think it would kill you to let it give you some confidence boost. Confidence is the first step to pushing yourself to new heights. Yeah, but like confidence, like that type of thing, it feels like some sort of ego, which is like true. I mean, everyone has ego, but I feel like it's dangerous. I feel like it blinds you. There are some people. It seems like there have been some people. There are some people who like start off with like really with a really down to earth like view, but like as they like let their confidence get to them, they slowly like lose that image of themselves, and it's like it's not all at once, but it's like a slow erosion of like their down to earthness. It starts as like, yeah, it starts very small, but slowly over time it like gets built up over and over again. So like these small victories that you allow like your confidence boosts to gain, even those small victories over time builds up to like these massive things. This like massive like tower, this massive monument to like your ego. And at that point, it's very difficult to break it down because at that point, it's kind of become your identity. So I find it very difficult. Drawing girls. Wait, hold on. Drawing girls only. Don't you like us? Well, I'm confused. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Sahil? There's a thin line between confidence and overconfidence. Sometimes people don't know when they lean to other side, and that makes it bad. Yes, and I don't trust myself, not even in the slightest, when it comes to that. I think that I'm kind of good at being self-aware, but I'm not so confident in my like ability to always be self-aware. So to like, I guess help myself out for the future, I decided to just not take any outside validation or negativity. In my opinion, the biggest test of character is the ability to maintain your personality and humbleness even when celebrated. It's very difficult. I think it's very difficult if you allow yourself to even get lost in it for like even a small moment. So I don't even want to get lost in it for a small moment. Not to say that like a small bit would like make me get lost, but I think the best way is just to negate all of that in the first place. I think I'm very if you're worried about my confidence, like let me get down to the root of it. If you're worried about my confidence, I'm quite confident in the fact that I will always enjoy my art. I will always enjoy art itself. So when it comes to that, I don't really need confidence. It's not even like a factor that plays into me. I will draw what I draw no matter what, and that doesn't really need any confidence. As long as I'm happy, I think that's fine. Hello, why not die? Welcome to the stream. Have you guys seen Ari? Nope. I agree. I need to be humbled at all times. I don't think being humble. I think being humbled is something different. I don't necessarily. So like I don't know. You know, I do understand what you're saying, but I don't know. Any case, whether someone's trying to humble me or like trying to, and maybe you're just saying like you need to be humble at all times, which yes, I kind of agree with. At least for myself, it doesn't really matter what other people do with themselves. From my perspective, it's like they can do whatever they want. If they want to be on like an ego trip, that's fine. It doesn't really affect me. But yeah, I don't know. Bro, pronounce my name. It's Sahil. A little lot Sahil. It's like Sahil. Don't know. But I consider one of the hardest tests to be able to allow confidence to fill you and not get overinflated. No, but like I have confidence, right? If you're talking about like, do I have the confidence that I'll be able to make good art? Do I have confidence? Like, I don't know. I don't have low self-esteem. If that's what you're talking, I have pretty good self-esteem. But I don't like that self-esteem is not built on other people. If that makes sense. I'm not like I just don't have like I'm not like the type of person that's like, oh yes, I'm the best artist. I'm so great. I'm so amazing. I'm like doing YouTube and I'm so like good. Like that's not me. But also, I'm not the type of person to be like, I'm the worst artist ever. You know, everything I draw is trash. Like there's a balance between those two things. So I do have confidence. I just don't think I should base that confidence on other people. I should base my confidence in my art specifically on, do I enjoy my art? Do I enjoy what I'm making? If so, then it doesn't really matter. Yep, you got it. It's written Sahil, but it's pronounced Sahil. I see. Whether the girl falling with the blue aura burnt or something, she's like a burnt chicken nugget. No, she's supposed to be a silhouette. So actually, she's not burnt. She's just like she's made out of shade or shadow. Let me see if I can find an image of her. I say an image. Let me see if I can find like an artwork that I've done of her. Should be somewhere around here. Ah, there it is. So like you can see it right here. Here's my artwork. Yeah. This is how she looks. This is her actual. She's not like burnt. She just doesn't have any color. She barely does. Yeah. She absorbs all light like a black hole. Of course, right here, I have done some shading, so it does kind of look like she's burnt rather than just being a silhouette. So there, yeah, the confusion is very fair. Where's her hair then? This is her hair. Her hair is this thing. It's very difficult to point out, but yes, her hair is right here. This is like all this stuff is here. She's bald. She's not bald. It does look like she's bald though. This is the girl holding a knife, or something. She's Laksu. If you're talking about this one, she's not really holding any knife. There's no one really holding a knife here. This is Noma. This is Laksu. I've drawn Noma with like a short hair, with short hair though. This one is Laksu though. Maybe this one's the one you're talking about. You have self-esteem built on realistic things. What is self-esteem? Like, okay, is self-esteem just like the definition? I mean, is the definition of self-esteem just being able to think of yourself in a good light? If that is it? I don't know. Do you need your self-esteem to be built on realistic things? And like, what does it mean? I don't know. I don't think my self-esteem is built on realistic things. Like, my self-esteem is not built on things that I've done. It just, I guess my self-esteem is just built on, should I feel good about like, would it make sense for me to feel bad about myself? Probably not. What does it make sense to feel like pretty okay with? Like, I just feel okay with my existence. I don't know. That's about it. That's as far as my self-esteem goes. I just feel okay with my existence. Like, I'm happy to draw. I'm happy to draw. I don't know. Like, if low self-esteem is thinking that you're not like worthy of doing anything, and high self-esteem is thinking that you deserve everything, I guess I'm like, I don't know. I exist. That's the deepest it goes. To be honest, I feel like most of my philosophy, most of my worldview is pretty shallow if you think about it. Like, most of my worldview just doesn't really have any substance to it. It's just like very basic things. I exist. It's like people do things because they want to, and it makes them happy. I exist. That's about it. It is what it is. It's a pretty basic worldview. But I think it functions pretty well, at least for what I need it to do. How can you draw all of that in pen? I don't know. I just keep drawing. I'm not really thinking much about anything that I do. Shall we name the diesel engine lover? Yeah, sure. Is that Dezelia? Probably Dezelia. Yes, hello, Nizo Soul. Hello, Mr. Soul. Welcome to the stream. Or maybe Miss Soul? I keep forgetting. I think Mrs. is like the wife of someone. And Mr. is like both just one person, or like the husband of someone. So I think it's like Mr. and Miss Soul, or Miss Soul, yeah. I don't know. Oh, I thought she was holding a knife in the other in the other's belly. I thought it was Laksu. But I said if it was Noma, it was the first time. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Right next to her on her left. That's her name, right next to her on her left. So don't forget, in case you look back at her. Well, to be honest, I don't know if I'd remember. And to be fair, I don't know if I'm gonna draw her ever again. Was it like this? I forgot how it was written. I guess I probably should have just looked at it. Yep, I read it perfectly. It's almost 2 a.m. I should go to sleep. You should. Good night. Have a good night. Is that Red Hood? Indeed, it is Red Hood. You have a good eye. You know, you have a good eye for someone who like for the fact that it's not colored in at all. You can't even see her hair color. It's just, I mean, to be fair, I guess she has a pretty recognizable hood with the ears on it, but yeah. James, would it be funny if you drew a duck talking with a sphere? Oh, wouldn't it be funny? Maybe. I don't know. Hello, Samu. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Read my last comment. My last... Wait, huh? It's almost 2 a.m. Yeah, good night, Sahil. Oh, the biggest. Oh, sorry. The biggest advantage of being an artist is that you can draw your favorite person and make them do whatever you want in your drawings. That's something, I guess. I don't know. You know, there are certain moral questions that come into play. There. Definitely some moral questions that come into play. Wait, from where? Like a game or something? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Red Hood from Black Souls. I'm pretty sure she's from Black Souls. I was learning about Black Souls. Like, how was it? It was probably like a couple months ago. Like a couple months ago. That's not English. A couple months. No, a couple months ago. That's true. Okay, sorry. I don't know why that sounded weird. Yes, I was learning about Black Souls a couple months ago because I said it again. Whatever. I'm gonna move on. I heard about it. And I was like, what's Black? Is that like a Dark Souls? Is that like a Souls like game? And it's like, no. It turns out it wasn't. It was like a RPG game, a pretty infamous one apparently. But anyways, yeah, I started learning about like the lore of that a while ago. So, yeah, that's how I like figured out what Black Souls was. I swear it was like because like I know there's like there's Dark Souls, there's Demon Souls. I was like, Black Souls, obviously the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. Holy crap, Singyu, huh? I know about Black Souls. Well, you know, assuming you. I mean, to be fair, I felt that you did, assuming you figured out who you knew who I was drawing. I mean, there's no reason for you to assume that this is any particular character if you don't know what Black Souls is. If you do know like what Black Souls is, then you know what characters this is. But if you don't know what character this is, then you wouldn't have guessed Red Hood or anything like that. You'd have just guessed like, oh, is this just like a woman with like a hood on? You know about it so hard. I see. You know, I don't really care to draw her like the what is she wearing? Like some sort of lingerie. Yeah, I don't really care to draw that, to be honest. Mostly because that seems like a lot of work, and I'm quite lazy. So I'm gonna cut the drawing here. I didn't know what Black Souls was. I guess is like a Toho project or something like that. It's yeah, it's an NSFW game. It's an NSFW like RPG game basically. It's definitely it's most certainly not for the faint of heart. So actually, I probably would not recommend I would not actively recommend it. Similar to like how I would not recommend Monogatari, although for different reasons, of course. The reason why I wouldn't recommend Monogatari is completely different from why I wouldn't recommend Dark Souls. Not Dark Souls, Black Souls. Yeah, is Black Souls game? Yes, it is. It is an RPG game. Is her ears? Yeah, something like that. Does it have gore? I think so. I made some art about it. Oh, nice. A long time ago. Neat. Yeah, have I seen gore? I don't think I've actually seen. Oh no, there was that room. I think in Black Souls 2. No, was that like a gore room? I think you start in one. Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart at all. The room where you fall when you visit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the thing that I'm thinking about. When it comes to gore, but for the most part, I don't remember like a lot of gore. Like I don't remember that being the focus per se. Your lines are so good. Is it worth it to start drawing with pen? I think drawing with pen allows you to get better at line confidence. Like yeah, makes you more confident in lines. It makes you able to like work with your mistakes a lot more. It's quite useful actually. Yeah. I do recommend like just try to draw maybe like Yeah, just try drawing with pen. It's actually quite fun. Once you let go of your mistakes and you just like allow your mistakes to be and try to work with your mistakes rather than like erase them. Yeah, it's very worth it actually. I think my line work has primarily gotten better because I started using pens, so you know, I'd recommend it. For future reference, yeah, I find it quite difficult to actually draw in this perspective. I know she like has like these types of eyes, right? But like I have a character that kind of does look like that, which is like this character. Although I kind of didn't like make her. To be fair, she has very wide eyes here. I do recognize that that is the type of character that she has, right? Like that she is. Unfortunately for me, this perspective made it quite difficult for me to actually get that down properly. Like I'll try it out. Yeah, you should. And you should say drawing with pencil, no eraser, is mostly the same like drawing with pen. True, but like, I mean, to be fair, if you're going to not erase anyways, I think you should use pen because pen doesn't like smudge. Pen doesn't smudge, and in general, like pen fades way less than pencil. So if you want a more permanent solution, my favorite character is May equal Mabel. Oh, May, aka Mabel. I don't know if I know her actually. I did say I was learning about like the Black Souls lore, but I haven't actually finished the video. In fact, I literally still have the video right here. Like, it's right there. I just haven't finished watching it. So at some point, I'm gonna finish it. If you don't want to draw with pen, you can draw with pencil with the charcoal exposed. That way you draw lighter and not hard on the pencil. Fair enough. Thing is, I can't draw without the guidelines. No, but when I'm drawing with pen, you probably can't, like for this drawing, you can't tell. But if you go back in the stream to when I was drawing this character, you will see that I do use guidelines. I'm just very good at covering up the guidelines. I either cover up the guidelines or incorporate the guidelines into my drawing. But like for this drawing right here, you can see like, okay, let me point out the guidelines that I'm doing. We have a line right here. This like line that's going around the face. This is a guideline for the face. You can see like this is the center line for the body. You can see it right here. You can see I've actually done the guideline for the rib cage right here. Yeah, you could see like me doing the bottom plane for the hips right here. You can see like in here, this is like the joints I placed in to figure out where the elbows are supposed to be. I do guidelines. It's just like kind of covered up and masked by everything else. Yeah, if you're curious about how she looks, I post someone's art in media channel that shows her. All right. I like how you trace over your drawings, no problem. Well, yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I don't hold my drawings, I don't treat my drawings like they're special, so. And especially if it's for the purpose of like showing exactly what I'm doing, like to help someone else learn, I'm definitely gonna like. I'll do it. I'll do it. Hold on, let me see the artwork that you're talking about. So I do use guidelines, and I do guides for anatomy. It's just I don't. Oh, that's actually nice art. Did you actually? Yeah, you did do it, right? Like even in this drawing, you can see right here, this is supposed to be the inside plane for the body. It's just covered up with a bunch of other lines. Ah, okay, here. Yeah, she's a pretty good design, actually, yeah. Mabel. The blue hair with the red and black. Yeah, no. Solid design. I like the red and black dress. Fair enough. I drew Grim and Red Hood. Yeah, that's nice. That is some good art. Okay. The dress is called Goth Lolita. Yeah, I know that, like, that type of style. That, like, I think it's like a doll-like style. Like, it's the type of thing that you would dress like a doll up in, right? Like, kind of like that Victorian era cutesy look. With, like, yeah. Although I can't say I've drawn much of, like, that type of, I guess, like, dressing style. It's often associated with edginess, or at least, really. So it's not like that type of thing. Oh, well, I consider it a remnant of Victorian era dressing or dressing of nobility. Yeah, Madoka has a similar style. Kind of. I could kind of see that, maybe. I'm not too familiar with, like, different, like, I'm not that familiar with, like, different names for, like, fashion and stuff. So it might be that, like, Madoka has, like, more of a cutesy style, and this one is more like regal, if that makes sense. Yeah, it does seem like, yeah, like Victorian era, like that type of thing, like you were saying. Yeah, I bet you can tell I'm a bit of a history nut. I mean, yeah, you were talking about the outfits yesterday, like the military, what is it, Napoleonic era military outfits. Yeah, it seems like you know a lot. The character your doll had? Yeah. Had a Shako. You know, I'm saying Shako, but it's probably like Shako or something close to, like, a softer A. It might actually be just, it might have a harder A. To be honest, I'm not too concerned with, like, pronunciations, as you probably know already. Akepi. I'm not that interested in history. I never paid attention to it during class. I found it boring. I actually do find history mostly boring. It just depends on, like, if it interests you or not, right? So there probably is some amount of history that is interesting to you, just like most of it is just not. Which is basically the same for me too, especially in school when you're forced to learn it rather than, like, learning it of your own accord. Although if it's learning about, like, history, like, outfits and stuff like that, at least just the visual representation of stuff, I think I'd be very interested in that, because I just, you know, I'm an artist. I like designs and stuff. The reason it was changed was due to the purpose. What was the purpose of, like, the tall hats? The Shako? Yeah, the visuals are cool. Yeah. I agree. I very much love military outfits. It's very cool. I just like the tactical look of them. I don't know why I like the tall hat, though. I think it's just a very interesting design. The Shako. Shako was used to intimidate the enemy and represent either veterancy, rank, or regiment. Oh, I see. Then what's the kepi? Kepi? Don't know. Kepi was a more modernized version of the Shako. It was changed in response to the Great War, World War I, and the need for a smaller target. Okay. Fair enough. Also became popular amongst military officers and police alongside military police. Actually, it's used everywhere. Cool. Cool. Should I give her a dress? I'll give her a dress. I mean, not a dress, it's a skirt, actually. Do I want to be pleated? I think like the pleated skirt looks interesting. Has more texture than just a normal unpleated skirt. Although I wouldn't say I'm not doing the pleats well, to be fair. Like, they don't have a 3D aspect to them. They should have a 3D aspect, but I'm too lazy to do that, so I'm just gonna do a very basic one. A famous representation of this is the hats New York Police Department wears. You know, the little hats with the stars and little visor on the end of it? I think so. That's called a kepi? Huh, interesting. What's a shako? I think it is this one. This type of hat. This big hat. Hold on. You know, every time I look at this drawing, I might as well. This part of the body is very important for me to pick out from the rest. It's a very messy thing. I've done very bad. So, like, this area right here is very... I think I've done very poorly on it, because it's just a muddy mess of everything. I could have done better, for sure. Even though I do like this pose, it's just I could have done better. I'm going to buy a kepi soon. Oh, nice. I like Ushankas. What's that? Like, what type of hat is that? I love uniforms. Uniforms are great. Although I'm not so good at like the technical aspect of like naming them though. I love like tentacles coming out of her box. I've seen like I think I saw a Pinterest post like this one time. I don't have the actual reference here, so I'm just kind of making it up as I go, but there was something that looked like that. There's like a girl with a backpack and like there's tentacles coming out of it. Like really massive tentacles. It's actually a really cool like look. Reminds me of Ina from Hololive. I don't know how to say the rest of her name, so you'll have to bear with me. Ushankas are often associated with a Russian driver tank's hat. It's mostly known as that. Oh. It's mostly used by the Soviets during the Second World War. I could look that up actually. I have it open. Maybe I can get a visual. Can I get a visual? You, give me the hat. Oh, okay. I see it. Yeah, I've seen that before. Okay. Yeah, they look great, actually. Those are some pretty recognizable hats. Used to cover the ears and side of the head to provide warmth. Yeah, they look actually really comfortable. That's some pretty bad perspective on the lettering, but it's fine. But it's fine. Okay, cool. I don't know why I know this much. I mean, apparently it's just really interesting to you. Which, I mean, to be fair, it is pretty interesting. I can't really recall where I learned all this stuff. I just do. It'd be like that. You have the knowledge from the unknown. This painting is draining me. What type of painting are you doing, by the way? Have I like seen it before, or is this like a completely new thing? Also, if you have any questions about Black Souls, I can tell you and answer said questions. I'm very educated. I see. Nah, I'd like to learn for myself. Perhaps after I've finished my research on my own and I still have questions, then I'll ask. But yeah, I'd rather just learn it on my own. I had quite a fun time learning. I just ended up not finishing it for whatever reason. Probably the same reason that I don't finish any anime and stuff like that. I just get distracted with like art and stuff. That is a really cool outfit. I love these outfits. At least not the outfits themselves, but I like the rendered on them. Wowee. Like that. Okay, cool. This is supposed to be her, so I'm gonna give her her markings. Let me give her. Oh no, her ears are actually supposed to be like that. Wrap her hair around her. Bring that around. I sent it. Nice. Oh, by the way, how to say that? Tatir. By the way, Tatir. There is. Yeah, so when you're sending your art, you can send it to the art and such channel because that's actually the art channel. I actually don't know what media is for, to be honest. We have a media channel. What is it for? I can't remember. I think the media's like for just like for like real stuff. No, what is it for? What is media for? I don't know what they've been doing in here. Oh, whatever. It might be in work in progress actually. That'd make more sense, assuming you're not finished with it. Yeah, there you go. That is an interesting drawing. Is that like people? What is that? It's like the robes of I can only. Oh, it kind of looks. It reminds me of the statue in Brazil of like Jesus, because it's so big. But it's obviously like a real person, or like it's a live person at the very least. It seems like. Is it like people walking up to the statue of Jesus, or like people walking around the robes, or what is it actually? It's a very nice and interesting. It's like very interesting. The composition of it. It looks very surrealist. Oh yeah, I was just saying the art and such channel, or if you have like a work in progress, you can send it to the work in progress channel also. But to be honest, yeah, I don't know what the media channel is even used for, so. I mean, if you want to post there, you can post there, I suppose. Because, I don't know what it's for. Hello, how to say this name? Hello, Mr. Daunt. Welcome to the stream. Or maybe Miss Daunt. Mr. or Miss Daunt. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Hopefully it's going good. It's Bama. It's of the Bama seat. Bama seat? Judgment Day of Believer. It's based off of a testimony of a person who died and was waiting in a room with billions of people, and she blinked and was in front of Jesus. Ah, I see. Interesting. I'm having a good day. I hope you are well. Oh, Mr. Okay. All right, Mr. Daunt. That's good. Have you done any drawings or just cruising through today? Or maybe you've gone to work. I keep forgetting. Sometimes people just have work. Sometimes people have work and like, yeah, they like just come home for like work or like school or something like that. Maybe you have a day off or something. I don't know. You know something funny? What's funny? However, I liked it so much I kept it. I identified with it largely. Wait. Yeah, no, not that. Identified with it largely. And wait, what are you talking about exactly? I like how the rugs wrap around. It is it's very nice. One day I wish to paint as good as Abby. That? You missed that, Singu? Is it being filtered? I think it's being filtered, yeah, probably. I don't know why it's being filtered, but I can't. Do I not have on top chat? Hold on. I mean, do I not have on live chat? What? I have on live chat. I don't know. Yeah, I should be able to see most of it. So something is. Oh, your username. Okay. Oh, your username was generated. But you liked it so much, and you kept it. Okay. And identified with it largely. Oh, by the Xbox name generator. Oh, okay. Fair enough then, fair. I have trouble getting myself to draw. I wish I didn't avoid it so much. Is it because like you're stressed out about drawing? You don't want to make a bad drawing. You don't want to disappoint yourself, or something else entirely? Or maybe you're just like busy or something. I guess there's many reasons to like not want to draw, or like people like make to not draw, which is like fine. Like if you don't want to you don't necessarily need to draw, but if you actually do enjoy drawing, then I don't know. I won't be satisfying with this painting, but I'm still gonna finish it with the best of my ability. Fair enough, yeah. That's a good that's a good outlook. I'm gonna stream on Discord. All right, nice. Okay, I'm gonna be in the Discord server streaming my Medibang. What is that, by the way? You're gonna like draw? Oh, you're gonna draw. Okay, right. Okay, cool. Medibang. Well, good luck on your drawing. It's been 2 hours, almost 3. You know what? Let me start drawing in the whatever the heck her clothes are. Whatever Red Riding Hood has. Is that to your eternity? No. You. Peppa Pig. I don't know why. Don't ask me why I'm singing Peppa Pig. I don't know. There we go. Let me shade in this stuff. I have 3 monitors now. Do you know what I look like? I feel like for whatever reason I may have seen you. Perhaps it was through Instagram or something. I cannot remember, but I think at one point I did, but I probably forgot it. I feel like that's like the story of my life. Oh yes, I knew the thing at one point, but I definitely forgot it. Or promptly forgot it. I don't know. Yeah, I think I should have known at some point, but no. Right now, I do not know. Okay, that's a pretty good look at what... So it's not necessarily... It's more like a thing like that. I have three monitors now. My drawing tablet is a Huion. Oh, that's actually pretty good. So Dax has a screen too, nice. But I rather use it as a drawing tablet. Well, naturally, yeah. It's kind of strange for me. I get worried about the chunk of time it takes up, and I really can't convince myself to start working on them. It's silly because I love to draw. But why are you concerned about the chunk of time that it takes up? Do you have something else that you want to fill the time with or something like that? Or you're just worried about the time for the sake of worrying about the time? I mean, me personally, if you really don't have any other like things to fill the time with, I can't really think of anything better to fill your time with other than like something that you actually enjoy doing it, you know? Time that you spent enjoying something is probably not time spent wasted, or no. I mean, that's why I draw all the time. I draw all the time because I enjoy it. There's practically nothing else that I would enjoy more than drawing. But of course, I am a drawing addict, so. I didn't want to add that, actually. And what? I was trying to add... I'm only asking because I sent a photo of my Halloween costume in October, and I don't know if anyone would remember. Oh, I didn't see that, that's for sure. I can't remember even being on Discord there. I'm always busy, yeah, that's the issue. I do music production, and there are a lot of things competing for attention right now. Oh, well, fair enough. Well, I guess doing the one that you actually feel is more useful or will bring you the most joy in the future, maybe is probably what you should do. For me, the thing that I feel will bring me the most joy in the future is probably doing art. Because I'm doing art, and if I get better at art, then I'll actually do it. But if art is not like the main thing that you want to do, maybe like, do you enjoy art? Do you enjoy music more than like art, or do you like enjoy art more than music? It depends. Yeah, this is kind of basic. She has more lace. She has more strings. What would you suggest is a good width and length for drawing? Like as a canvas? I mean, I don't know. I do around 5,000 by 5,000 pixels, like around that type of thing. Of course, my canvas is more tall than it is wide, so it's not exactly that, but it's something like that. It's probably 500. Like the width is, or the height is like 5,600 or something like that, and then the width is like around 4,700, I'd guess. It's about equal for me. I'm an art nerd for sure. Well, fair enough. If they're both equal, and one of them is actually like a career for you and one of them isn't, I think it like totally makes a lot of sense to like prioritize the one that like is actually getting you something, right? So I mean, it makes sense, yeah. If you really do like them both equally. As long as you're enjoying what you're doing, I think that's fine. I'm streaming now if you want to see me begin. I suck, but I'll do it anyways. Fair enough. Although I can't exactly watch you. I'm watching the references that I have, so I don't necessarily have the ability to watch two things. Or I have, well, I basically have, is it 3 monitors? I have 2 monitors. No, I do have 3 monitors. I have my drawing tablet, my laptop, and my normal tablet. My normal tablet I use for references. My laptop and my drawing tablet both are displaying the same thing. I don't really have enough RAM. My laptop is too bad to have like multiple things displayed at the same time. It's just going to turn out terrible for me. But perhaps after the stream I'll pop in if you're still doing it. in Discord, which is in the description of the stream. Haha. Look, I'm a professional. I can plug things when I want. Yes, the Discord is in the description of this stream. So, if you want to join the Discord, then it's there. Well, I guess along with all my other links, like my Twitter and stuff. I have a monitor that sounds like a fat... It is special. Sounds special for sure. Is Discord where dreams go to die? Yes. Well, no. Discord is... I don't know, actually. Discord is Discord. Don't know what that means. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Alrighty. This is going well enough, actually. Tummy? Indeed, Tummy. Hello, Zen. Welcome to the stream. Or welcome back to the stream. I think you're here already. I can actually